So now that we understand the idea of an integral, or pretty much the integral is pretty much just like the area underneath the curve of some function f of x on some interval like a to b. Like that's the general idea of an integral, where it's pretty much just the area underneath this curve. So now that we understand the idea of an integral, we're going to talk about the idea of the average value of a function. And so the whole idea of it is that pretty much the average value of, let's just say, on a to b of f of x is pretty much the average height of f of x along this interval. And so we're just going to say that the average value is about right here. So we're going to say that this right here is the average value of f of x on the interval a to b, okay? And so notice how once we've done that, we actually formed a rectangle. And so the thing you have to understand about the average value of a function is that pretty much the area underneath the curve of f of x is equal to the area of the rectangle that we formed. Because those areas have to be equal in order for this to really be the average value of a function. And so that's the whole idea that you have to understand. So pretty much, that's pretty much it. So the area underneath the curve, we know, is just represented by this integral. So the integral from a to b of f of x dx is equal to the area of the rectangle that we formed. And so yeah, that's the whole idea. And we know how to find the area of a rectangle. It's pretty much just going to be base times height. And we know that the base of the rectangle is just going to be this length right here, which is b minus a. So it's just going to be b minus a. And then the height of the rectangle is pretty much just this height right here, right? And we remember that this is just the average value of the function. So the height is the average value of the function, right? So what we get is it's the average value. We're just going to say average value. Okay, so this is what's equal to our integral. Okay, all we have to do is we just have to solve for the average value of the function. And so when we solve for it, we get that it's equal to our integral divided by b minus a. And so this right here is the whole idea of the average value of a function on the interval, on some interval a to b, right? So now another thing is that the average value of the function, it's going to occur, right? The whole idea, this is actually known as the mean value theorem for definite integrals, but the whole idea of it is that on some interval a to b, the average value of the function has to exist at some x value from a to b. And so in this case, this is where it would be. And it could actually happen multiple times. For example, this part of the function like dipped a little bit below, then it could happen actually potentially 3 spots if this dipped below, right? And so here, right here in this case, this is where the average value occurs. And so in this case, what we're going to call it is we like to identify this x value as c. And so the whole idea of that, pretty much what I just said, is that c has to be between a and b. So this is another idea of when finding the average value of the function. It has to exist on this interval as well. So this is pretty much it. That's it.